Hey, I'm Adam Jusko, and this is Strictly Credit Cards, where we talk about strictly credit cards. Subscribe, why don't you? Is Amazon about to ditch Chase as its card issuing partner? And is Chase okay with that? And if so, all of those being a yes, who would Amazon move on to as a card issuing partner? There was an article from Bloomberg yesterday that suggests this is exactly what is happening, that Amazon is shopping out its credit card business on the Amazon Visa and Amazon Prime Visa specifically that are now issued by Chase, and that Chase may be okay with Amazon leaving because the article suggests that the Amazon card might be a little too rewarding, and with Amazon getting a cut of part of the action on that card, Chase might not really be making a whole lot of money from it, even though it is a huge business. So I tried to find information on how long the current contract between Amazon and Chase might be, whether it is actually up and Amazon is now shopping it out to see if somebody else will give them a better deal, or whether Chase has expressed some displeasure with the situation and has told Amazon that if they can find a better deal, Chase would be okay with selling the portfolio. So I don't know exactly which one of those things is happening, but based on what the article says, you have to imagine that Chase is not going to be the issuer in the near future. Now, what in the near future means could mean like, a year or more, because Amazon hasn't actually chosen anyone else, and even when they do, there's probably going to be a fairly large transition period while they negotiate with Chase over the terms of a deal and then actually transfer all those accounts and all that money and all of that stuff. The Bloomberg article suggests that American Express and Synchrony Bank are already in on the bidding for this Amazon Visa portfolio. This would make sense. Both of them already working with Amazon on American Express's end. They are issuing a couple of business credit cards for Amazon on the Synchrony Bank end. They are issuing the Amazon Store card that is for Amazon financing, and it is only accepted at Amazon. So that is not a Visa card, it's only for Amazon. So obviously you could see Synchrony Bank wanting to get the full business on the consumer side, or American Express obviously wanting to extend their relationship. I could also see Goldman Sachs as a dark horse candidate here. Goldman Sachs got into credit card issuing in a big way with the card. They bought the GM card business that Capital One had been issuing in the past. So you could see this as another extension where they want to continue to build their brand in the credit card issuing business. So Amazon obviously is a desirable partner on the surface, but you could see this situation being very much like the Costco situation from a few years ago, where Costco had been working with American Express, and from all reports, American Express sort of said, you know what, we can't afford to do this anymore, as Costco kept asking for more and more in terms of the deal that they were getting, whether that was getting money or having to pay less as a retailer to have their cards accepted. At some point, American Express said, there's nothing in this for us anymore. Costco put it out there to other issuers. Citi bought it, and the rumor is that Citi is only breaking even on that card, but they bought it to keep it away from anybody else and maybe to market other things to the Costco customers that they then had under their roof. But you could see the same thing happening with Amazon, because if Costco had some power to dictate terms to the credit card issuers, Amazon's got to have 10 times that amount of power. Now, everything I just talked about really is just sort of talking about the credit card business, how things go between an issuer and a retailer, but obviously the question many people would have is, well, what would this possibly mean to cardholders if the Amazon Visa goes from Chase to one of these other issuers? In terms of rewards, is that something that is going to change? And then the other piece would be, would it become either more difficult or easier to get your hands on an Amazon Visa card or an Amazon American Express card or whatever if it went to another issuer? Obviously, Chase has sort of the unspoken 524 rule, where they will not give you a new credit card if you have gotten 5 new accounts in the last 2 years, and so that applies to Amazon Visa cards as well. So there's possibly some people that have been limited from getting the Amazon Visa because they have gotten too many credit cards in the past couple years. So if it went to another issuer, perhaps it would be easier for people that regularly get credit cards to get their hands on an Amazon Visa. But I don't know if either one of those things is really all all that significant. If the card changes to a different issuer, I have to imagine that 5% back on Amazon and Whole Foods purchases is going to remain, because it is, or at least for Amazon Prime members, because that is part of the Amazon Prime package. It is just one piece of an overall Amazon Prime package that those Prime customers are paying for. So I cannot see that 5% going away for Amazon Prime customers. Now, in terms of what other rewards might be on the card, yeah, you could see some things potentially shift there, but probably not that big a deal. If the card went to Synchrony Bank, you'd have to think maybe it would be a little bit easier to get your hands on it. If it went to American Express, probably no more easy or difficult than it already is with Chase. So that's really all we know. Obviously, this video has been a lot of conjecture versus hard facts. It could be that Amazon is really just trying to squeeze Chase to get a little better terms, and they don't really want to move on from Chase at all. Obviously, once you sort of get intermingled with one of these companies and you've got 50 billion supposedly worth of business going through these cards, it's not the easiest thing to change to a new partner necessarily. So it could be that Chase and Amazon aren't even going to decouple here. But on the other hand, it definitely could happen. It definitely does happen in many cases. So down the line, we might see an Amazon American Express card or an Amazon MasterCard instead of an Amazon Visa, or we might see an Amazon Discover. Well, we're not going to see an Amazon Discover card, but we might see the Amex or the MasterCard. That's it. Questions, comments, thoughts, put them in that comment section. Otherwise, I thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon.